Assalamu alaikum, fellas. How are you guys?
Wa alaikum salam.
Alhamdulillah. Great to have you on board. I know we've got so many questions, and of course, as it mentioned before, Dubai is on everybody's lips. I know so many people that's been there time and time again because they absolutely love it. But we're here to talk about the property investment and the things that you do regarding that. For viewers who don't know about Empyrean, can you tell us how would you describe your role in the Dubai property market?
So, as you said, back in 2008, we started off with property management. So our main focus has always been on managing people's properties. So they've already purchased there, we rent them out, we look after them, holiday homes. But of course, also we work on sales. Now, Dubai is quite famous for what is known as off-plan sales, which is what we're in London for this time. And the way that works is basically selling properties that have not been completed, under construction phase, which also allows the consumer to pay in a payment plan, so usually low monthly installments until the property is complete. So we work as an advisory. We are independent to any developer, so we can give a very independent advice to all of our customers.
Alhamdulillah. Anything you want to add to that, bro?
Yeah, so I think it's really, really interesting in terms of there are so many different projects that are kind of being launched. And for example, the payment plan is also a halal way of investing because there's no interest on it as well. So it breaks it down into small, bite-sized chunks that allows you to maybe buy more than you normally would. And number two is not everything that shines is gold. How do you know that? So if I walk in, me as a seasoned professional, if I go into any developer's office and I sit down and have a conversation, I'll come out and start thinking, wow, that's the best thing I could buy. And it happens to me regularly. And then you go back and you start doing the maths and you start looking at where things are. And there's always a right project for you. So it might not be the right thing for you, it might be right for someone else. And this is what we kind of help you do. We understand you, understand your ambitions, and then start guiding you towards the thing that's right for you.
About a month ago, I was in Dubai, and one of the things that struck me personally was the amount of buildings that were going up, the amazing architecture that was eye-watering to see. I know that is a big attraction because it's up-and-coming city. It's very attractive. But can you tell me in your own words, why do you think that Dubai has become such a magnet for property investors from the UK as well as from beyond as well?
One, obviously, it's a growing market and has a growing population and exponential rates. And of course, the tax propositions in Dubai are very attractive. The fact that you don't pay any capital gains tax, you don't pay any income tax, makes it a very attractive way of investing. Also, I think post-COVID, Dubai got to showcase itself to the world while the rest of the world was in lockdown, attracting more people to come there, visit there, and suddenly they saw that they can enjoy an amazing quality of life at a reasonable price.
MashaAllah.
And I think when you look at just beyond that, for example, everyone's ambitions are different. So my ambition when I moved to Dubai 12 years ago was to have a better environment for my children, right? So when it comes to things like quality of life, so I do things like we go jet skiing, we do horse riding, we do things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. And then number two, it's a lot easier for me to be able to practice my deen all the way around, with my kids and my children, and be in an environment that's a bit more of a community. And surprisingly enough, it's like you get loads of people from the UK, and because you're all abroad together, you end up becoming part of one tight-knit community. And it's a really interesting kind of place to be. But there's the good, the bad, and ugly of every kind of place. Navigating it takes a little bit of time. Understanding it takes a little bit of time. And that's something that we do as well on a regular basis. Just by being here, being in the country for so long, we just, if you need advice, just give us a call. Whatever it is, if it's not property related, just give us a call and say, hey man, where's a good place to go out, eat in Dubai? Or, how can I spend a couple of weeks? And
We'll
we'll help you
definitely be
out.
sharing your contact details, websites, etc. at the end of the show. So don't worry about that. Definitely going to get involved in that. Is people coming from the UK, because I think mostly people watching will be from the UK, is there a big cultural shift regarding investment? Just the culture in general, is there a big shift? There's a lot to adjust for once you land in Dubai. Once you've got all your eggs in a row, is it a big cultural change, or is it something that is easily to acclimatize to?
No, I would say it's very easy. It's kind of a cross between the Western world and, say, some of the Asian countries that many of us are used to from back home. And it's kind of the perfect mix. You've got all the Islamic values that you want with the modernity of the Western world. In fact, it's surpassed the Western world now. I mean, it's making really the West look like a second tier, country. So no, the transition is very good. English is the primary language there, so you can get away with English. So language is not exactly a barrier. And the government there has made it really easy for everyone to do pretty much everything seamlessly. Most of it's app-based now. It's amazingly unbureaucratic.
Yeah, I mean, things like, getting stuff, example, selling a car, right? I can do it on my app.
Yes.
Moving house, I can do it on an app. Getting my thing done, everything can be done on an app. So Dubai is, from a government point of view, it's paperless. So there's zero bureaucracy. It's completely paperless. There's good things. And sometimes technology, as we all know, is annoying as well. Sometimes you prefer speaking to a human being and getting it done. But, we're used to smaller things. Like, for example, my car's run out of fuel, right? App, fuel gets delivered to my house whilst I'm sleeping, and it goes the same price as the pump, no extra fees.
That's unheard of in the UK. We
if
can
I
get
want-
pizzas, but we can't get petrol.
No, we can get petrol, and not only that, let's just say I'm tired. I've got a long drive. I want to go somewhere. Can't be bothered. App. Call a chauffeur, he'll come pick you up in your car, take you wherever you want. Drive you around for the day, drive you around for an hour. And so you don't even have to have a permanent driver. Whenever you need one, you can get one.
Wow.
Just to put that in perspective, about 60 quid for a day.
It's not bad. It's not better hiring a car, isn't it? Let's talk about the Mac Islands. Why has that become such a attractive proposition for a lot of people? Why is it standing out?
So Damak Islands is a very interesting development. It's, I think, strategically situated now. We've got lots of schools that are opening out around the area, number one. It's 8 phases in total. Phase 1 was launched and it was sold out in a day, like the same day.
Is Damak Island the place that's shaped like a palm tree? It's not there, is it? Am I thinking
No,
of something else?
No.
All right,
No,
sorry.
that's Palm Jumeirah. That's been pretty much done and dusted.
Oh, okay.
There are still some opportunities on Palm Jumeirah. So if anyone's interested, we can discuss that.
Okay.
But no, where Damak Islands is,
Yeah.
it's a little bit further away from there.
Okay.
More inland.
So there's always, in Dubai, there's the big shiny places, right? So you got Dubai Mall, you got Marina, you got Palm, you got Thing. But in reality, most people stay kind of in the suburbs, like where we are now, where we all kind of live, right? No, I think only a handful of people live in central London. So this is where the suburbs are really building up in Dubai. Damak Islands is the next place, the kind of next suburb. It's 30 million square foot, so it's absolutely huge. The amenities are insane. You've got a jungle river, you've got yoga places, you've got a wedding venue, you've got swimming pools, you've got so much stuff to do. So if it's you, the kids or Thing or anyone else, you're never going to kind of get bored.
And artificial beaches with crystal lagoons.
The walk where the London Eye thing is that what is that place called again? Near the beach.
JBR.
No, Blue Waters.
Blue Water. I
Blue
think it's
Waters.
we went
Dubai
You're
Air.
talking about where you can see it. So Ain
Yes.
Dubai is, you can see it from JBR, but it's actually located on Blue Water Island.
Aha. Now, for anyone who's watching and they're thinking, you know what, I want to consider investing and get involved because, again, it's such a wonderful opportunity. What would you advise for somebody who's chomping at the bit? They want something new. They want to go somewhere that is Islamically orientated and they're looking for fresh investment. What would you
So the
advise?
thing is, there are so many options that it's impossible for me to give you a straight answer. What I can do, though, is if they can come to our event on the 16th of November at the Jumeirah Carlton Hotel in Knightsbridge, we can really understand what they're looking for and then guide them towards a project that's correct for them. So be it Damak Islands or be it something on Palm Jumeirah or even next to Dubai Ain, which is in,
Blue Water
I
Island.
was going to say Blue Waters.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
we go.
Why is Blue Waters remind me of shopping mall?
There's so many things that are coming up in Dubai. Sometimes it's very difficult to stay on top of all of the projects. And that's what we kind of do. That's another thing here at Empyrean. We leverage technology a huge amount to just understand where things are. So it's almost putting something in. This is what you're looking for. This is the kind of budget. This is what your motivations are. So, are you looking for something in terms of investment? Are you looking for something that will appreciate? Are you looking for something that's a bit of a punt so you can make a little bit of money? But example, Damak Islands, coming back to it, the reason that we believe it's such a great investment is we were at the GPU last year, and that is when phase 1 was about to launch.
Oh,
Okay.
I remember seeing some billboards or something about it.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we were at the GPU, and at that point, phase 1, the price was 2.35 million dirhams. Okay. Now the same phase 2 is launching at 2.75 million dirhams. So if we put that into perspective, right now, if you bought at GPU, you would have put down about £100,000. You now have a capital appreciation, because we look at phase 2 that's launching at 2.75, of around £80,000, and that's completely tax-free, right? So again, in terms of investing and getting to a point, this is going to be it. Phase 1, phase 2 is a great time to invest. Phase 3, 4, 5, every time there's a phase, they increase the price. So the chance to make money gets lower and lower and lower and lower. So in terms of townhouses, there's more and more families moving to Dubai. And as they move out, there's an abundance of apartments. There's high-rise towers everywhere.
Yeah.
Villa communities, there's only a few of them. There's a handful of them. So there's a shortage of them. So it's a simple supply versus demand thing. And that's basically just it. So that's why we believe it's such a great investment. And that's why we're here to tell everyone, say, hey, come on. I've bought there. Hussein's bought there. We've had a family member that's bought there.
That's the thing. We've actually personally invested in the project.
You know, I was going to ask you about that, because I wanted to slightly shift the conversation towards you as people, because you've been there 20 years, you've been there 12
Absolutely.
years. Personally speaking, if somebody does not want to invest, but they want to relocate, I want some idea from you personally. Why do you think going to Dubai is a great idea? You've been there 20 years, so you must have something to say which is going to sort of encourage others to really consider it a bit more.
For me, it comes down to quality of life. I was born in London. I grew up here. I moved there 20 years ago. But the quality of life that I've seen in Dubai, which has been improving ever since I got there, whilst unfortunately every time I come back to London, I feel like it's not holding up to the same standards it used to have. So you've got, and the quality of life, it comes down to safety, which is, I think Dubai is now quite famous for, cleanliness and hygiene, which it's amazing over there. Just, I mean, to go to the washrooms in Dubai Mall, it's like a work of art.
I've been there. It was amazing. I was in one of the toilets. I didn't want to leave. I was like, wow, this is so good.
So when you're there and your wife wants to go to the bathroom,
Yeah.
you're very comfortable. Like, oh, she's going to go. It's not going to be a problem. I'm sorry, if I'm in London and my wife wants to go to the bathroom, I'm like, okay, I think we're going to have to go home, or we're going to have to find a hotel somewhere. But so you've got the cleanliness there, you've got the safety there, then you've got the ability to practice your deen however you choose. There's mosques on every corner, so if you want to be praying, you can be praying. If you don't want to be, okay, that's up to you. But the lifestyle is there. Then schooling now has been improving ever since I got there, with bigger and better schools opening up for families. And generally speaking, it's a nice climate. Okay, the summer does get a bit hot. I do try to avoid it. But 9 months of the year, it's fairly good.
Yeah.
So I've been there 20 years and I'm living proof that it's worth moving out there.
And Mohammed, what about yourself? Some
As I
personal
said right at the
thoughts?
beginning, my main motivation and factor was to give a better life for my children, and I've done that. Not just my children, it's the life that I have with my wife. If she wants to be out till late, I've got no worries about it. If she gets stuck, anywhere, pop tire, fuel's not there, whatever, it's very easy with apps to kind of get things there. If we need, I don't know, we've had guests over, right, where we run out of Coke. Literally some app delivery to my door in 15
Ran out of
minutes.
Coke.
I mean, whatever it is, you want something to eat, you want something to drink, 15 minutes is delivered to your door. And 15 minutes is a stretch. I've had 4 minutes delivered to my door, and that was milk for the kids. So these are the things that I think kind of spoil you in a way as well, but it's very difficult to kind of leave them. So when we come here, we're like, hold on, we don't have an app for that. Hold on, you have to go to the petrol station. Hold on, you have to get out your car and fill your own fuel. Like, what are you
when I was in
talking
Dubai,
about?
I kind of felt like I was living in the future because it was so. I know all of Dubai isn't like that, but to a large degree, the places where we were in the Burj Khalifa for a good chunk of time, and pretty much everywhere we went, it felt like we were in the future. That everything was just so much more convenient, so much easier. And I was only there for a week. So, in terms of your children, how are they sort of enjoying it?
So it's a really interesting thing because my kids now have literally grown up. So they are Dubai kids, as we call them, Dubaians. And we do so many interesting things with the kids in terms of activities that you wouldn't be able to do, and that's mainly down to the weather. So the weather here has, big restraints and things that you can do. But at the same time, an English summer is something that's very, very special as well. So I'm not going to take away from the country that I was kind of born in and grown and raised up in. But in terms of, going on yacht trips, going on jet skis, doing horse riding and, doing extreme sports as it might be, and all of those things, it's such a fantastic place to be. And children activities are very, very, very affordable. I think even compared to the UK. So if you want to go to a play area, for an example, you can buy a membership. It costs, for me and the whole family, around £1,200 a year. And that allows me to go to unlimited play areas, all the hotel pools, gyms, yoga, whatever the wife wants to do, she can go Pilates, all that sort of stuff is done, included in that membership.
You painted a very attractive picture, I must
And
say.
you forgot maids.
Yes.
Maids.
See, okay, for the women at home, okay, they love having a maid at home. It just makes their life so much easier, be it coming to childcare or cooking, cleaning, looking after the home if they're not working, or even if they are working, with a maid at home, and it's so much more affordable in Dubai. It's a luxury that we can't really afford in London. But in Dubai, it's fairly reasonable. And again, if you don't want to have a full-time maid, you can always get part-time. So, depending on what you need, how much you want to spend, but it makes life so easy.
Easier.
It's hard to give it up.
I want to talk about your event on Sunday. What can visitors coming along, what can they expect?
Well, you expect to have a one-on-one with us and the head of sales at Damak as well, so you can speak to developers directly. It's an appointment-only event, and we've arranged free parking for everyone that comes there. You just have to book an appointment, and we'll go through your ambitions, what you're trying to go out and do. And we've got some really exciting offers for just the event. So, for example, if you were to come and book a property with us, we'll bring you to Dubai with us. Depending on the value, it could be economy or business class flights all the way out there. Your hotel's included in that as well. And on top of that, we've got special offers such as you could get a golden visa or up to £10,000 in cashback, depending on what kind of property you go out and buy. So it's a very exciting event with exclusive offers just before the launch. And the main idea of it is we can kind of get you in to the front of the queue. So on the day when Damak Islands launches, you already have your unit reserved.
Like we said last time, it was sold out on the first day. And the ones that were able to get units were the ones that basically booked in advance the ability to actually bid for a property on the day. So the way that works is we call it EOI, expression of interest. It's about £10,000. Okay, that gets you basically onto the list so that on the launch day, hopefully the quicker you are, the quicker your number comes, and then you're able to say, okay, look, I like this property, I want to go for it. And if you don't want to go for it, you can also say, you know what, actually, now that I've seen everything and I've just, thought about everything, it's not for me, in which case they can cancel.
But the main important thing is Damak Islands is not the only thing that we're coming to talk about. So maybe you don't want to invest, £550,000. Maybe you want to invest £200,000. Talk to us. We're here. So, it depends on the appetite. Again, what are your ambitions? Are you just looking to have cash abroad that's, tax-free and it kind of pays for itself? Or are you looking for something that will give you a high rate of return and you're looking at capital gains that you can take out as well?
Now, I dare say you've whet the appetite of some of our viewers. How do they book to be a part of the event on Sunday? Where they need to go? Is there a website? Is there an email address, or what do they need to
Yep.
do?
So you can contact us by phone, which is important, or you can go to damakevents.com.
think we got
You
something
have
on the
our
screen.
website, which is empyrean.ae, but damakevents.com as well. You can go
Okay.
there and you can register and book an
What's the
appointment.
phone number, brother?
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
give you, 07811 811 555.
Is that it?
That's it. All right, I hope that's easy enough. I can repeat it.
Yes, please repeat
Yeah.
it.
07811 811 555.
Right. Hopefully they'll go along. They call that number, and we've got it on screen right now. So anybody at home wants to take a screenshot of that, would be a good idea in order to get their place secured for Sunday. Gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for coming along and giving us an insight into Dubai. As I said, a lot of us have been over there so many times. Not me, but family members been there like 3 times a year. They love it. So I know moving over there would probably be the next logical thing to do. So thank you for giving us that insight. Jazakallah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brothers.
Okay. So,
Right. Okay. So once again, so Hussein and Mohammed, thank you both for joining us and giving us a clear picture of what's happening in Dubai. It's exciting to hear how accessible and well supported these opportunities are. We'll leave your contact details on screen for anyone who'd like to learn more. We're heading into a break, but stay with us after the break because we're going to be joined by the organizers of a remarkable initiative, the first international online Quran competition. It's open to participants from all ages and it's bringing voices together from across the world. We'll tell you how you or your children can get involved after the break. See you in a minute, inshallah.